Hey, De'Aaron, another big game for you, but in the third quarter, you guys looked like you were a little off kilter and the game was slipping away. And Luke called a timeout. You came out, you had a couple of nice aggressive drives and found Tyrese for the 3-point shots to get you back in the game. In that moment, what was it that was going on with you guys, and how big is it that you and Tyrese are starting to develop that chemistry?
I mean, it's always going to be a game of runs. That's what basketball is. But just coming out, they played a lot of zone in the second half, and it was I just thought getting the gaps and try to create something for someone else. And we all know how good Tyrese is, and I mean he makes big shots for us. So I mean that's all it is. It's a very simple game.
Marshall Harris.
Hey, De'Aaron, I don't know if you've heard about the plans to possibly bring back the All-Star game this weekend. Does that surprise you at all because of COVID-19 and all the conditions you guys are dealing with, traveling and everything? And is that something that you've thought about personally for yourself as your play has improved, your team's play has improved?
I mean, if I'm gonna be brutally honest, I think it's stupid. If we have to wear masks and do all of this for a regular game, then what's the point of bringing the All-Star game back? But obviously, money makes the world go round, so it is what it is. But I mean, I'm not really worried about it. If I'm voted, so be it. If I'm not, I don't.
Would you play in it?
You get fined if you if you if you're supposed to be in it and you're not hurt and you decide not to play, that's a hefty fine. So hell yeah, I would play in it. Hope I don't get fined for saying that shit.
Jason Jones.
Yeah, De'Aaron, a couple of guys have talked in the last few days about how important those practice days were for you guys to get after each other, fine tune some things. Just can you speak to the environment in those practices? Just how competitive were you guys, and just how much, looking back, do you realize how much you needed that to see where you guys are now?
And it gets extremely competitive in every drill. You're trying to win. You're trying to win everything that you're doing. We have a board of every individual player and how many like games, drills that they win. So everybody always wants to win. So everybody brings in that intensity, and you feel it when we start competing. And I think that definitely helped us. That kind of started making guys play with an edge. And I mean, we've been riding that wave since then. And now we have 2 days off. I mean, we have 2 days in between this game and the next game. So obviously one of those days we'll be in there competing with each other and making each other better. And we just get ready for Denver that way.
This might be kind of related to that question, but is that kind of where the fight has kind of come from? Luke was talking about how you guys were kind of playing in survival mode tonight, and in my mind, I think it seems like that fight has been with you for this at least better part of a little over a week now. I mean, is that kind of where it kind of goes back to that practice?
Yeah, for sure. Like I said before, this is a game of runs. You know that. I mean, every team in this league, you're gonna get a good shot. And this is a team that's had the chance to go to the finals the last few years, and obviously they're on a back-to-back. But you know that there's always going to be fight there, and they're going to go on runs because I mean they're good players. Every team has good players. I mean everybody's professionals in this league, so being able to withstand a run, and sometimes you don't want to call that timeout, but I think we had one timeout for majority of the fourth quarter. But we were able to come out and hit back. You don't want to be one of those teams that give up a late fourth quarter run and now you lay down and the game's over. It took a double-digit lead in the fourth, but we had to keep coming, and we were able to persevere through that.
Matt George.
Hey, De'Aaron, everybody's talking about the fourth quarter success that you've had over the last 3 games, but there was a moment at the very end of this game, a huge block by Rashawn Holmes on, I think it was Jaylen Brown, who was going for a dunk to either tie the game or bring it to within one. Can you talk about moments like that, not just from Rashawn, but from the team, those winning plays that I know you and the team have talked a lot about how important they are to games like this, and sometimes they're overlooked?
Yeah, I mean those are things that every team needs. Every team needs guys that can make plays like that, and obviously sometimes it's a rebound, a box out, a block out, just little things like that. And Rich being our rim protector, he's come up big for us multiple times. Not in just this game, but in the last few games, he's been there big time for us, blocking layups. Later in the fourth quarter. I mean, that swings the momentum, not just stopping them from getting 2 points. It gives us, a lot more energy, lifts the team up, especially in those crucial moments.
Jason Anderson.
Hey, De'Aaron, nice win tonight. You and Tatum are both guys who were, near the top of that 2017 draft. I think both of you would go higher if the draft was held over again today. What's it like competing against him? And you guys have both had enough success to sign new contracts and kind of secure your future a little bit. Just what is that, level of competition like with you and him?
I mean, that's my guy. Someone I've known. I think I've known Jason since fifth grade. So obviously it's huge that we're able to grow up together and, get to the position that we are. And we've always been competing. We've always been playing against each other. And obviously, we're friends off the court, but once we step in between those lines, we're going at each other. So, I mean, I'm grateful that we're both in this position, but it's been great being able to compete against him. And, however many years that we're in the NBA, it'll be fun matchups.
Hey, De'Aaron, this stretch that you're on right now, it's clearly the best stretch of your career. Do you feel when you're on the court that you've taken that next leap? And is there just some extra motivation that you're finding in each of these games?
I mean, I'm just going out playing basketball and being aggressive. I think I've been these fourth quarters. I'm just, I don't know, just trying to make a play for my team, trying to make that big shot, and that's pretty much all it is. I don't think too much of it. Like I said, I don't really have much of an answer for you besides I'm just out there playing basketball, and when I feel my team needs me, I'm trying to be able to make those big plays.
Or we just take a couple more, Jason Jones.
Yeah, De'Aaron, I think Tyrese talked about what the coaches challenging you guys in practices, showing you the defensive numbers and how bad you guys had been for a stretch, and the coaches holding you accountable, but also you guys as a team holding each other accountable. How is the accountability from those sessions translated into the games, and how do you feel that accountability is different?
Yeah, I mean, I think as the season's gone on, guys are getting on each other more. Everybody's, you're realizing that it's not personal. If you mess up something, I might tell you something, but I'm telling it to the whole team as well, because we don't want to be that team that constantly makes the same mistakes. You're not going to be good that way. You're not going to win games if you're constantly making the same mistake. But it's picked up. It's picked up a lot in the last 2-3 weeks. The accountability, everybody's holding each other accountable. If a guy messes up, they know what it was. So that helps. If you know how you messed up, and then not to do it again. So those practices definitely helped us. But these last few games, I think just everybody being able to hold each other accountable is definitely a way that we've been winning. That's why our defense has definitely picked up. I mean, we know we can score the ball. So for us to be able to win games, especially in this league, you have to be able to buckle down and get stops when you need them.
Jason Anderson.
I think Luke mentioned in one of those practices that he kind of swallowed the whistle a little bit to kind of increase the physicality. Has that continued, and do you feel like that was a factor in raising the team's level of play?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we have to be physical, but being physical without fouling, and that's comes with practice, but it also just comes with the mentality of being able to come out there and you want to hit first and be that team that initiates all the contact and being physical, because then refs will kind of swallow their whistle as well. So it's something that you have to be able to play through. You have to be able to be physical without fouling, keep them off the free throw line, and that makes for a good team.
I'll go in with Sean Cunningham.
Hey, Fox, I was just curious about your outlook with Tyrese. I mean, obviously he gets the Rookie of the Month honors, and I know he's talking about when he came here, he wanted to get Rookie of the Year, but now he's kind of shifted that focus to getting the Kings back to the playoffs. Wasn't that long ago when you were a rookie. What does a moment like that kind of mean for a guy like him?
Oh, it's huge. I mean, I didn't get over here that much, so but he's been big for us. The more he's out there, the more he's really understanding the game, and he already had a high knowledge of the game. So, I mean, he helps us in a variety of ways, even if he's not making shots. I mean, he's able to play make for us. He gets his hand, he deflects, he gets a lot of deflections. He's able to rebound the ball. I mean, even if he's not making shots, he's kind of like a guy like Buddy. Like, just because he's not making shots, you know, they're not gonna just leave him. But he does so many things well. I think he had his career high tonight. He made some big threes in the third and fourth quarter. So, I mean, he does, like I said, he's a great player, and he's continuing to get better game by game. Even if he doesn't outscore himself the next game, he's done something better. You know, it's not always about putting the ball in the basket.
Right, actually, Matt George last one. Sorry.
Hey, Fox, really quick. We've seen a consistent closing lineup with yourself, Tyrese, Buddy, HB, and Rashawn. You're obviously number one on the scouting report, but how have those four helped make things easier for you to go on these successful pushes that you have in that fourth quarter?
I mean, the floor is extremely spaced. Obviously, when we have a group like that, you know, Buddy, Harrison, Tyrese. I mean, I'm shooting the ball well myself, and Rich, who's the man in the middle. It's the floor is extremely spaced. Offensively, I think, you know, it gives me a lot of room to operate. Outlet passes are everywhere, and then you have a guy like Tyrese who can also make plays for us. You know, Harrison we get him post ups, and you know, we're still trying to get Buddy open shots, and Rich, one of the highest field goal percentages in the league. So offensively, you know, we can put the ball in the basket in a variety of ways, and then defensively, I mean, versatility, being able to switch on guys and get our hands on balls and block shots, be able to fly around. I think it's definitely been good for us.
Okay, thank you, Fox. Appreciate it.
Oh.